Do you ever feel like you don't fit in no matter where you go? Do you always feel like you're an outcast or the black sheep no matter where you go? Do you constantly feel like you're being misunderstood? If you feel any of these things, please stick around because I'm going to explain why you may feel this way. Do you ever feel like you just never fit in no matter where you go? It could be at work, school, you can go across the country, you can go to a different state. You feel like you just don't fit in. You just feel different. You feel like you just don't mix with the crowd. You feel like you can't relate to anybody. No one understands you. You just feel different. Okay? And that's not always a bad thing. God wants us to be set apart. And sometimes it feels like you're alone. You feel like you have no one that you can relate to. You feel like you don't have anybody to talk to. You feel alone. Okay. And it's not always a bad thing. God wants us to be set apart. He wants us to be different. He doesn't want us to look like what everybody else looks like. He doesn't want us to talk like everybody else and do what everybody else is doing. There's a reason why you feel different. There's a reason why you're set apart. When everybody else is doing the same thing, you're doing something completely different. And they're going to look at you like something's wrong with you. They're going to look at you like you're the oddball, and you're not. And that's how society works. It's like if one person is not doing what the majority is doing, then it's like everybody looks at you like there's something wrong with you. Everybody's looking at you like, why isn't this person doing what we're doing? We are called to be set apart. We are called to be different. We're not called to look like the world and act like the world. We're not called to do what everybody else is doing. God wants you to be set apart. There's a reason why you don't fit in. And don't force it. Don't force yourself to fit in with the crowd. And I'll talk about myself. I used to be that type of person. I used to mimic what somebody else is doing. Oh, I need to dress like this. I need to act like this. I got to do what they're doing because I need to be accepted. And one thing that can really mess you up is social media. Social media has messed people up. Okay, the comparison, the envy, the hate, the jealousy. Stop comparing yourself to others. Stop trying to be like other people. Be you. Be who God called you to be. And if you're following people on social media, if you're following pages that's going to trigger you to the point where you may start getting jealous of them, don't follow them. Nowadays, it's like so many people are dealing with depression, anxiety, and some of it is due to social media. Social media has messed people up a lot. And you don't want to compare yourself to people online. Whatever works for them, works for them. You don't have to mimic what somebody else is doing so that way you can gain popularity just like they did. So stop trying to mimic other people's lifestyles, personality, the way they dress, their hair, the way they talk. Be you. What you see is not always real. A lot of it is fake. A lot of people are putting on a facade for social media. So instead of worrying about trying to fit in, to be accepted, or to be loved, or to just fit in to gain popularity, whatever the reason is, You need to focus on being who God called you to be. You need to focus on being set apart. I don't know about anybody else, but I don't want to wake up every day and put on a mask and fake it so that way I can be accepted by the world. I don't want to do that. I want to wake up every day and be me unapologetically. The people that love you for who you are the ones you want in your life. The people who are telling you that you need to change and you need to act a certain way, you got to change your whole personality, you got to dress a certain way, you got to act a certain way, talk a certain way so that way you can blend in or fit in. Those are not the type of people that you want in your life. Those are not the type of people that you want in your life. And I'm not saying you can't work on your flaws because we all have flaws, but you shouldn't have to change yourself completely to fit in. What I mean is, if you're quirky, be quirky. If you're nerdy, be nerdy. If you're an introvert, be an introvert. If you're an extrovert, be an extrovert. Because that's who you are. I'm not talking about if you have flaws and you have things that you need to work on to be better. I'm not talking about those things. Don't allow people to tell you that you need to change how you are or who you are to be accepted. Or better yet, don't let people tell you that you need to change your morals or your values for the world, to fit in the world, so that way you can be accepted. This walk with Christ will feel lonely at times. You will feel like you have no one in your corner, especially when you're the only one who has the light. If you're at work and you're the only one who believes, it's going to be hard. You may have coworkers who hate your guts because they see the light. They see what you stand for. You're going to have people slander your name. You're going to have people who hate you for no reason just because they know who you serve. You're going to have people who hate you at your job because you don't want to sit with them and gossip. You're going to have people in your family who hate you because you decided to follow Christ. And you tell them, "You know what? I can't do um the getting drunk thing anymore. I can't smoke with you guys anymore. I don't want to celebrate these holidays anymore with you guys." Whatever it is. And some people may not understand it. They may not accept you, and they're going to slander your name. And you have to be prepared for the lies that they're going to say in your name, the gossip, because it will happen. When God chooses you to be set apart, it is for a specific purpose. It is because He has a plan for you, and it calls for you to be set apart. You cannot fit in for the mission that He has for you because you will be distracted worrying about trying to fit in and trying to be accepted by the world. Meanwhile, He has a mission for you that He wants you to complete. That's what you need to focus on. And you know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of that one kid that you had in class in middle school or elementary school. That one kid that everybody bullied while all the kids were playing outside, playing at recess. And you see that one kid in the corner, right, reading a book. And you're like, well, why is this kid reading a book. Why isn't this kid playing around like every other kid? That kid is set apart. That kid does not fit in. The kid that's at recess doing math problems, reading a book, trying to learn, trying to educate themselves, while all the kids are playing around, was different. That child was set apart for a reason. And I'm not saying that child is better than the other kids, but there's something special about that child. It's like you see it all the time. It's like, why do people who are different, people who don't fit in, they're the ones who get bullied? But if you're accepted, if you're loved by everybody, how can you really know who you can trust? Because a lot of it is fake love. It's not real. That child that's not trying to fit in, that child is special. And usually it's those type of kids that make it far. They have a special gift. Trust me, I've seen it. It's usually that child. When you're so busy trying to fit in with the crowd, you don't really know who you can trust. When you're trying to be someone that you're not, so that way you can be accepted, then people are not really accepting you for who you are. You're putting on a mask. You're not being you. And there's no way you will feel genuinely happy within having to wake up every single day to put on a mask so that way you can fit in with the world. Better for you to be set apart, better for you to not fit in than to fit in and be loved by the world. I hope this message was useful, and let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Have you experienced not fitting in? Do you feel like you're constantly the black sheep no matter where you go? Let me know your thoughts, and don't forget to hit the like and the subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.